the school teachers, and is the principal coming out too? The school teachers and principal will also be there. Yeah.
Shoes. You said there's a lot of hiking.
Yes, I'll talk about shoes in just a minute when we get to packing. Remind me if I don't. All right. So day 2, starting at 7 a.m., is an optional morning hike. This is for our friends that get up bright and early and have some energy and need to do something. So at 7, for those that are up, they can go on a morning hike. If you need your beauty sleep, they join us at 8 for breakfast. So don't worry if hiking's not your thing and you like to sleep in, that's fine. 8 o'clock, breakfast. After breakfast, they'll do one of those 4 big activities. So either the ropes course, PLS, science, or the hike. Then we'll all have lunch together at noon. Then they'll do another one of those 4 big activities. And then it's already 4 o'clock, snack time. We'll eat snacks, play some games, and then they go back to their cabin for their hour of cabin time. And then it's dinner. As I told you, the second day would go a lot faster. All right, after dinner on that second day, we have some of our friends coming from the reptile family. They bring all sorts of cool things like snakes and frogs and tortoises and lizards, all sorts of really cool things. What I really like about it is they let the kids hold everything. So, you know, if you really want to hold that tortoise, they let you hold the tortoise. If the frog's your thing, they'll let you hold a frog. I personally am terrified of snakes, but some of the kids get super excited to like help hold one of like the giant snakes that they bring. The kids also learn a lot. They soak up the information from the show because they're so into it. And then after that, we are going to go have our big campfire. Classic campfire, songs, skits, s'mores, stories, and then it's bedtime again. All right, any questions about day 2? Okay, so day 3 is starts out pretty much the same. Yeah.
So as far as if they want to go on the like the 7 a.m. hike, there's someone waking them up.
Yeah, their whole staff will be in the cabin, and so the night before they'll usually talk about with everyone in their cabin. Typically it tends to be everyone in the cabin or no one in the cabin wants to go. But yeah, they'll make sure if they want to go, they'll nudge them a little bit before. Don't forget, go hide. Yeah. Then that last day at camp in the morning, bright and early, they're going to wake up and pack up all their stuff before breakfast so they can be ready to go. We'll eat breakfast, and then at 9 they'll do the last of those 4 big activities, so the ropes, the science, the primitive living skills, or the hike. Then we'll all eat lunch, and then it'll be time to head home. So that is the schedule. I know that was a lot of information thrown at you super duper fast. Does anyone have any questions about the activities or the camp? Yeah.
You mentioned shower the first day. Is there a time where every day they're supposed to do it, or is it?
Showering is, we kind of leave that up to them. They have that hour. It's only 3 days. They have that hour. They have that hour from 5 till 6 every day, where they can shower then, or they can shower at nighttime. They can even shower in the morning. Basically, the bathrooms are open. The kids are we usually don't have a problem. The kids are very good about working out who's showering when. There's, people that shower in the morning, people that shower at night, people that shower at free time, just depending on the cabin. And then, like I said, they shower or they don't. If we can get some of them to just change their shirt in the 3 days, I'm pretty happy. Yeah.
I know you mentioned there's no cell phone, but if there's an emergency, obviously you have our number.
Correct. We would call you. We have a landline. We have cell phones that work
But
at camp.
if we have an emergency and we need to get a hold of our daughter,
Yeah.
is our number you can...
Yeah, you would call our number, and it forwards to our number, our office number, which is the number on all your phones, forwards to someone. You can always 24/7. Basically, that phone is answered. So if there's any sort of issue you need to get a hold of your child, they will know how to get a hold of us for you. Yeah.
So what time will they be back?
What time will they be back? I think they're going to leave about 1.
Oh, I don't know.
I know last year they got back around 4.
Yeah, so if we
No, they
leave
got back
camp
earlier.
about
They got back
1:30, how long does it take to get to Simi Valley in a bus from here?
And how do we,
Depends.
will you
Let's see,
contact us?
10:30.
Yes, will we
Right.
be around in an hour?
Let's do shifts.
About
Up
2
to the
hours.
school.
Yeah. Like when they're leaving, if they want to send out a message, they can.
Well, what time do they end on?
Otherwise, how are we gonna know
That's-
what time tomorrow?
Well, that's what they're saying right now.
Like
The
the half
camp's
day.
over at 1, so it's basically
Oh.
however
However
long
however
it
long
takes for the bus to get home. I'd say 2
And
hours.
usually the staff will contact the office, give us an estimated time with delays with traffic, whatnot, and you could always call the office to get a better estimated time. So last year was early,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, my guess would be by like 3:30, maybe 4 at the latest, just depending on traffic. Yeah,
Do you guys take pictures and post pictures?
no, we don't.
Okay.
The school will, right?
Yeah, if the school would like to, but you know. All right, couple more things, and then I think I'm done. All right, the next big thing to talk about is packing. I believe in that list you have a packing list. That packing list prepares you from anything from like blizzard to 110 heat. You know your kids. We all have these awesome apps on our phone.
No,
It's
for those of you who came in right before we started, I have all the forms. It includes a packing list, so I didn't get a chance to pass it out before we started.
Yeah, so you'll get one in a minute. It's okay. You don't really need to look at it right this second. But like I said, the list prepares you for everything. You know your kids. We all have apps on our phone. You'll know what the weather's going to be like before. You know what your kid will and won't wear. So you can pack accordingly. Like I said, the packing list prepares you for everything. But you know, if it's going to be 82 degrees, maybe they don't need that giant winter coat. Just things like that. Just a couple of really big things to make sure that they bring is a sleeping bag, which we already talked about, or bedding. And remember, like I said, you just want to make sure it doesn't have a Disney character on it, because typically those aren't going to be warm enough, but basically anything other than that will do just fine. Is your question?
Does that include, I'm sorry, maybe you're gonna say, does that include a pillow?
Yeah, bring a pillow if they want a pillow. Again, it's whatever your child needs to be comfortable to sleep. A lot of kids bring stuffed animals, especially the girls, and especially in 5th grade. For a lot of the kids, this is their first time away from home, or first time away from home without a family member, having that favorite stuffed animal blanket or something like that. A lot of kids bring it. So even if they're a little like, oh no, I don't want to bring it, like, it's okay. Like, at least half the kids in their cabin are going to have some sort of stuffed animal or something like that with them as well. That's fine to bring. The next big thing is a water bottle. I always say you want to have a water bottle that can hold at least a liter of water. Whether that's 2 small water bottles that add up to that, or 1 big water bottle, that's fine. You don't need to go out and buy like a Nalgene or anything like that. They can just be even plastic, disposable water bottles that they keep refilling the whole time at camp. Then the next one would be shoes. Like I said, there is quite a bit of hiking. However, you don't need to bring crazy hiking boots or anything like that. If you have some, great, but most of the time the kids are in their Converse, their Adidas, their Vans, running around camp, and they do just fine. If you do buy new shoes, make sure you have your kid wear them a couple of times before they come out to camp, so they're not breaking in new shoes on a hike and getting blisters. And then the last big thing is a day pack. So when they come to breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning, they don't go back to their cabin until about 5 o'clock in the evening. So they want to have a day pack so they can have their water bottle, their sweatshirt, their sunscreen, basically anything they might need for the day. They want to have it with them in their backpack, and we'll let them know, what to put in that backpack each night and each morning. We'll help them get it together. But just make sure they have something. And again, you don't need to go out and buy anything. This can just be their school backpack. Just dump all the books out, stuff in a water bottle, and they're good to go. All right, those are the big things from the packing list. Everything else, like I said, it's your child. It might say 4 shirts, and your son probably isn't going to shower, so maybe you only send 1 or 2. You know your kids. Any questions about the packing list? Yes.
Rain gear, are you referring to like a poncho?
Rain gear, a poncho, umbrella, anything like that. Again though, rain boots, if rain isn't in the forecast, I wouldn't bother bringing it. If you want to be super safe, you could tuck in a poncho, because that, doesn't take up any space. But if rain's not in the forecast, I wouldn't worry too much about rain gear. We do everything at camp, rain or shine, so if it is raining, a poncho or a rain jacket would be a good plan. Yes.
Do you recommend extra pair of shoes in case they
Yes,
get
2
wet?
pairs of shoes is always great in case they get wet or in case one pair gets uncomfortable. Like I said, we don't really swim, but we do go down to the beach. There's always a couple kids that accidentally get their shoes wet. So it's always nice to have that extra pair. Yes, in the back.
I assume there's bathroom facilities at all the areas, or
Yeah.
do they have to go back to the cabin?
No, there's bathrooms all over the camp. There's bathrooms at the dining hall and a couple other places around camp, and then bathrooms down at the other area by the beach.
And staff walks with the kid, or?
Yeah, if they're going from the here to there, they're going to the bathroom. But yeah, if they have to walk far, then we'll go. Usually we just kind of go as a whole group, and it's bathroom break time, and then move on to the next spot, play some games, and yeah. Any other questions, concerns, anything I need to add? April, anything?
Do you have anything to
Yes.
say?
So I guess if they're gonna take shower, they need towel and
Yeah.
shampoo and all
Yeah,
that.
if they're gonna take a shower, they need to bring any sort of toiletries that they need, towel, shampoo, things like that. On the packing list, thank you for reminding me, it does say bathing suit. We're not going swimming. The bathing suit is more for the showers. Like I said, they do have curtains and doors, but some of the kids do feel more comfortable showering in their bathing suit. So that's why that's on the packing list. They're not gonna be actually swimming, so if you don't have a bathing suit, you don't wanna send a bathing suit, that's fine. They don't actually need one. Like I said, it's more just for being more comfortable in the showers. Yeah.
What do you recommend packing it in? I mean, those little wheelies, is it rough ground, like can they?
It is.
actually use those?
We have kids bring everything. The wheelies tend to work. They get a little beat up. It's where the bus drops off, and then the walk to the cabins is basically asphalt, like kind of beat up asphalt. So that I've seen plenty of kids do the wheelie bags. That's fine. They will carry their own luggage to the cabin. Oh, and on that note, thank you. Remind me. Good thing to send with everybody is a trash bag. Especially if that sleeping bag is in one of those nice little bags all perfectly rolled up. Your kid's never getting it back in there. So send a trash bag. Because then it'll be in the trash bag all nice and neat instead of a giant glob waiting to go in your car when you come to pick up, or when you get picked up at school.
And then are the bags labeled, so later when they get them?
You will need to label your own child's bag, yeah. I recommend labeling every single thing that you want to see again. I'm talking down to the socks. Like socks, underwear, everything should have your child's name on it, especially if they are prone to losing things, and especially if you pack their bag for them, because they will have no idea what's in there. They won't even know it's their sweatshirt. They don't know what you packed them. They don't know. So I recommend labeling everything that you want to see again. Yeah.
Are there particular ground rules of things that you're going to share with the kids in that first day that we should be knowledgeable about? For example, buddy system, never being alone, all those
Yeah,
things?
so when we first get off the bus at camp, we do a big opening circle where we talk about like the rules and expectations of camp with everyone and kind of give them the ground rules and let them know what they're going to do. And then for the most part, they are always with one of the wolf staff or their teachers. Yeah.
It does say no blow dryers, so they'll be towel drying their hair after they take a shower?
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really plugs in the bathrooms. There's not enough plugs at camp to be doing hair dryers.
One with long hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions about anything in general? I think I've gotten everything this time for realsies.
Anything else?
All right, well, thank you guys.
Thank you very
I'm gonna
much.
leave some business cards up here if you guys need to get a hold of us. This has a phone number, any like dietary issues, special needs, anything like that that you think we might need to know before camp to make your child's experience better, just let us know. Yes?
Just one question, in
Sure.
the event of an emergency, like everybody's, I'm sure trained CPR and all of that, but what's the closest hospital or?
The closest one is Pleasant Valley Hospital in Camarillo, or if you keep going down to PCH, you can hit the one in Oxnard, but then there's also urgent care in Malibu. Not too far, so we have 3 different choices.
And then Virginia, she's also our school nurse, but she has something to say about the forms, right?
So I do have, for those of you that haven't handed out, I have all the forms up here. Just come see me before you leave. So the forms are from Camp Wolf. They're not from the district. So these need to be completed. So they have information regarding your kids, regarding allergies, any medical history, contact numbers, all of that information. I will have a deadline. I prefer to have them back by the end of February because I will have a handful of people that will have them incomplete. I have to contact you again to make sure we have it complete forms to get to the camp before the actual day. We will have forms coming from the district as well, especially for those kids that need medication throughout the day because they will be gone for more than one night. That they might be taking medication at home. Those will need to be filled out by their physicians. So please come see me because I'm not going to be passing them out to every family because there's more likely less children than the whole class, of course, that will be on medication. And I think there will be a field trip form as well that will come from a teacher. So that will come a little later. So if you have any questions regarding the forms, please, you can contact me in the office or you can email me and I can give you that information as well later. But I have the forms here. Any questions regarding that, please feel free to ask any of us on the committee regarding that. So just see me before you leave so I can make sure that you've gotten your forms. And they all have envelopes with your name on it, so they're specific for your kids. Even if you're not decided, feel free to take the form so that way you can look it over if you have any questions regarding that. And it has a complete list as to what they would like you to bring for the time of the day. Any questions?
quick question, Tiffany. For example, easy things like a Tylenol for a headache or.
Still needs a
something.
doctor's order, even
Yeah,
over-the-counter
doctor's
medication.
order. Okay.
Because we still it has to have a even for school. Any over-the-counter medication prescription or a prescription has to have a doctor's.
So do you have a form already made or it's just?
I have one
You
in the
have one,
district,
okay.
yeah,
That's
so I
good.
have them in the office.
Thank you.
I
Thank
have a
you.
second question, I missed at the beginning, after the form, what's the logistics of drop off, pickup, or and so forth on that day one? I missed that, how's that working?
Well, in the past, what they've done is the buses come really early. They have the parents come earlier than, of course, the day of the start. I think last year they left at 8, and we probably will leave then as well. So you make sure the kids get here early, packed, ready to go, because we're not allowing any parents to drop them off at the site. If for any reason your child's sick, that's another issue that will have to come up, regarding that, because last year they had one child that was sick and I think they brought her a day later. I don't know what that will be like this year. I think pickup, again, we'll have an estimated time. You can call the school the day of, because we're in session, as to what time they'll be arriving.